Stop trying to get pregnant until you watch this video. I'm about to share the top 10 fertility red flags that most doctors miss. Number 7 shocked even me. And I've been treating fertility for 15 plus years. These are the exact signs I look for when patients come to me after months or even years of trying without success. Hi, I am Dr. Omatma. I'm a naturopathic fertility specialist, and in this video, I want to talk to you about the fertility red flags, things that so many doctors are missing, and things that you're going to be like, oh my God, that's what's happening. So if you are ready, let's dive in. After helping over 1,000 women conceive naturally, I've noticed a pattern. These red flags show up months, sometimes years before an official fertility issue or even an infertility diagnosis. Catch them early and you can often prevent the need for very expensive treatments. Number 1 are the cycle red flags. Let's start with your fertility cycle. These are the warning signs that most women ignore because they're told that it's normal. Number 1 red flag is spotting before or after your period. If you're seeing brown spotting 3 to 5 days before your period, this is not normal. It's actually a sign of low progesterone, luteal phase defect, and potentially thyroid issues. Spotting after your cycle can actually also be a negative sign, and this often can be an imbalance of estrogen or potentially cysts or something else happening in your reproductive system that definitely needs further investigation. Number 2, short cycles. Anything under 26 days for me is a warning sign. Here's why. Your eggs might not be fully mature, which means they're not the best quality, and they're not producing enough progesterone to sustain a full luteal phase. Your hormones are essentially rushing. Your body's not ready for pregnancy if you have a short cycle. It absolutely must get addressed before you can conceive and have a healthy pregnancy. And no, taking progesterone is not the answer. Number 3, red flag is heavy first day of menstrual cycles. If you're changing pads and tampons every hour, that is not normal. It signals potential endometriosis, hormone imbalances, or even inflammation. Drop a red flag in the comments if you've noticed any of these signs. Now, let's talk about your body's signs that maybe you don't connect to fertility or even your hormones per se. Number 4 red flag is cold hands and feet. This isn't just poor circulation, it could potentially mean thyroid problems and especially poor blood flow to the reproductive organs, which, as you know, is super important if you're trying to get pregnant. If you haven't watched my video about blood flow, make sure to click on this link after to watch that video. Nutrient deficiencies. Of course, there are lots of nutrients that you could potentially be deficient in, like iron, that are going to potentially cause you to have cold hands and feet. This is not normal, and it's not just because you're a woman. You absolutely need to get this looked at and figured out before you try to conceive. Number 5 red flag is mid-cycle pain. Some twinges of pain or twinges around your ovulation could be normal, but different types of pain mean different things. Sharp pain could potentially indicate a cyst, whereas a dull ache can potentially indicate inflammation. Burning, on the other hand, is almost always related to infections. The 6th red flag is facial hair changes. Those extra little chin hairs that you keep plucking out might be telling you that your testosterone levels are a little too high and or that you might have PCOS, which is one of the leading causes of infertility. Adrenal stress can also sometimes correlate with the growth of extra hair in places that you don't necessarily want hair. So keep an eye out for those things. The next ones are sneaky signs that even doctors miss. Number 7 is night sweats. This isn't just about being hot. It's often linked to hormone imbalances. and or inflammation, and sometimes even metabolic issues. Changes in your blood sugar levels throughout the night could cause you to feel like you're having hot flashes or night sweats, and actually has to do with your blood sugar. Number 8 is going to be gut health changes. Your digestion directly impacts your fertility through the hormone metabolism pathways, nutrient absorption, and inflammation. If you are having symptoms in your gut, constipation, diarrhea, bloating, gas, any one of these symptoms can be an indicator that something is happening under the surface that is affecting your possible fertility. And you definitely want to get it tested so that you can understand what's going on. Red flag number 9 is something that I often think, is this me? Energy crashes. We often have been taught or brainwashed to think that energy crashes in the afternoon are completely normal, but they're actually not normal. They can indicate blood sugar issues, adrenal fatigue, or concerns with egg quality. Last but not least, number 10 red flag is sleep disruptions. Are you waking up at 3 a.m.? This is your body sending an SOS signal. It's indicating potential cortisol imbalance, liver congestion, and hormone disruption, and is probably one of the core things that we see again and again, and is so connected to hormone dysfunction. So, absolutely do not wait. If you have said yes to any one of these symptoms, you want to get tested so that you can understand exactly what's going on. For potential cycle issues, you really want to make sure that you're getting cycle day 3 lab tests. This is going to be FSH, LH, estradiol, testosterone, AMH, and prolactin. These are all optimally tested on cycle day 3. If you want to be more comprehensive, you really want to add thyroid hormones to this panel: TSH, free T3, and total T3, free and total T4, and antibodies to your thyroid. Those are all going to be relevant to figure out if you have underlying thyroid issues. As far as lifestyle changes, one of the easiest things to do is optimize your sleep-wake cycles. If you haven't already, please, please, please turn off your phones 2 to 3 hours before bed, eat your last meal before sunset, and get adequate levels of sleep. When you wake up in the morning, make sure you're getting full spectrum sunlight, ideally sunlight, or full spectrum light bulbs if you can't access the sun wherever you are. You're getting that sunlight onto your eyeballs first thing in the morning, ideally within 30 minutes of waking up. If you want my full guide to testing and understanding your fertility better, make sure to click the link in the description below. That is the infertility blueprint to help guide you through the exact tests to get and what your results might be indicating whether or not they're normal or optimal for fertility. Make sure to check that out if you haven't already. Before we end today, let me share a quick story about Andy. She had 6 of these red flags, but was told everything is normal. After addressing them, she not only normalized her cycles, she started having 28-day cycles, improved her luteal phase, her progesterone levels went up, and voila, she got pregnant a couple of months later. So, really understanding if one of these red flags is happening for you, you need further testing. Make sure to get that blueprint below and either request these tests from your doctor. Unfortunately, most doctors will not do the functional tests that we do to assess underlying root causes. So you might need to schedule a call with us so that we can order that testing for you to help you really understand what's happening at the root. If you want more evidence-based fertility tips and support, make sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell. I release new episodes every Thursday. And before we close out today, share your biggest red flag below. I read all of your comments and I would love to know what you feel like has been ignored or shoved as normal but is actually a red flag that I listed for fertility. Remember, these signs are your body's way of asking for help. Do not ignore them. See you in the next video.